Insta360 just launched their all-new flagship 360 camera, the X6, and I've been getting to test it out behind the scenes for the last 6 weeks, so in today's video I'm going to be going over some of my favorite new features and upgrades of the camera, some things I don't necessarily like about this camera, and helping you guys make a purchase decision on which of these cameras is going to be best for you in the future, the 5 or the 6. And I'm going to tell y'all, they're both really good, but let's get into it. Quick sponsorship disclosure, and then we'll get into the good stuff. Insta360 did send me this camera to test out. That's why I have it before it's officially released. All thoughts and opinions here are my own. However, if you do decide to make a purchase at the end of watching this video, there is going to be affiliate links up here in the cards as well as down in the video description. If you do make a purchase through those links, I will get a small kickback at no additional cost to you. So thank you in advance if you do. Normally my cat pops up right about now and you guys get to see her and, you know, contribute to her Fancy Feast fund if you do make a purchase, but she's not around right now. But let's get into the video. So let's start this video off talking about some of the external features of the X6. And as y'all have probably noticed, it is a little bit smaller than the X5, which I am a huge fan of. If you watched any of my review videos on 360 cameras, you know that I prefer the size of the smaller cameras. It just feels a little bit more indiscreet. I don't know. I prefer the smaller size of the camera. So I was really excited to see that this camera was shrunk a tiny bit. And I will say that they are about the same weight, so you're not going to notice a huge weight difference between these cameras. However, what you did probably also notice is that there's no longer buttons on the bottom of the X6. And as a motorcyclist, that's probably a little concerning because if you've got big old bulky gloves on, you're probably wondering how you're going to control this camera or just how you control this camera in general anyway. So the X6 only has 2 buttons on the entire camera. There's going to be the power button here and then the record button here, which does double as a quick capture button if you're like me and you really enjoy using that feature to turn your camera on. So let's go ahead and power on the X6 so that you guys can see these new buttons at the bottom of the screen. There is a record button here and there is a mode button here, which is activated by pressure. So both of these buttons at the bottom are activated by pressure with your finger. And I will say that the screen and everything is really easy to use whenever you need to switch between modes and settings and everything else. But I know what you guys are thinking, and that is, well, how am I going to use that with big, bulky motorcycle gloves on? You know, I can barely use my iPhone with gloves on. You know, why would they get rid of the buttons? Were they even thinking of motorcyclists? I totally get it because I was kind of panicking when I pulled this out of the box. So there is something in this camera called full screen press, and you can turn that feature on, and basically it will allow you to just press anywhere on the screen and it will start recording. And then whenever you're ready to turn it back off, you just press again and it turns it off, which is so fantastic. And to do another demo for y'all, let's turn the camera off. Let's go ahead and turn it on via the record button for quick capture. So now the camera is recording via the quick capture setting. And then this is how I always turn my camera on and use it. And when I'm done, and it's done. And then the camera turns off and you can save some battery life if that's how you like to operate your camera. That's what I like to do. So not all hope is lost. If you were panicking about it not having buttons anymore, I completely get why, but Insta360 did think of us when they designed this camera. Now, do I think that everyone's going to love having digital buttons on their camera? Honestly, no. I definitely think that there are going to be some people that are a little resistant to this, but you know what? The X5 is still a very great camera, so if you're someone that needs to have buttons on the outside of their camera to press to start recording or to switch between modes, that camera is still available, and the X5 is still a very, very good option. So not all hope is lost. Now I will say something that I don't completely like on the X6, but it is something that is important to mention, I think, is now when the camera is recording, the record button is basically down here on the bottom, and I'll be honest, you can barely see it sometimes when it's on a mount, which makes it hard to know essentially if your camera is still recording. So I do hope that in future versions of this camera, this is somehow moved up a tiny bit, but I did just want to be able to mention that and show it to y'all in this video. One external feature I did want to mention on the X6 is going to be the replaceable lenses. Now these did come on the X5, however they are a little different on the X6 and apparently they are more rugged and more durable. Honestly though, I never even broke one on my X5, but I was always stoked to know that if I did, I could use a replaceable lens kit, which was so awesome. I even have them just in case, but I've never needed to use one. So if Insta360 says that these are even more rugged and more durable than the X5s, that's pretty great. So on the outside of the X6, just like the X5, there is an external microphone, and they have done some updates to the audio inside of this camera. And one of the things that they did was basically design this microphone to work better with wind noise when on a motorcycle. So I'm going to go ahead and just show y'all some clips basically comparing the X5 to the X6's audio so that you can see what the updates are really like, because the wind noise has been cut down dramatically from the 5 to the 6. So definitely some better wind control going on with this new microphone. So if that is something that you really want in one of these cameras, I will say that that is a fantastic upgrade on the X6. But if you're someone who really wants to go above and beyond with your X6's audio, you can also connect 2 microphones to the X6.
Check, check, mic 1. And check, check, mic 2.
So maybe you want to use the X6 to record your audio and someone else's audio. Maybe the 2 of you are talking. Maybe you want to use one microphone to record your own audio while you're riding, and maybe another to pick up some ambient sound from your exhaust. You can do all of that with the X6 and a set of Mic Pros. So lots of audio upgrades and options for the X6, but another really nice upgrade from the X5 for this camera is going to be the battery. It comes with a 2600 milliamp hour battery and records up to 51% longer than the X5. The X6 also supports fast charging, so if you're someone who just drains your battery and you need to charge it on the go, you can plug it into an external battery pack, or maybe you stop and grab lunch somewhere and you need to plug it into a wall outlet. You can get from a 0 to 80% charge in less than 25 minutes. And one last little upgrade before we get into the big stuff, the big upgrades here, is going to be that Insta360 did add 47 gigabytes of internal memory storage into this camera. So that is a first for their 360 camera lineup. They've never had internal storage in the cameras before. I personally don't use this, but it is pretty nice if you're someone who's a little forgetful with your memory cards. It is nice that just in case you can get some footage recorded internally if you happen to forget your memory card at home. Or maybe you just fill it up and you don't have an extra memory card. It is nice to have that feature. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about image quality, because there are some upgrades here. So there is a new sensor and a new chip inside the X6. The new sensor is co-engineered with Sony, and it's basically a 1-inch equivalent sensor, which means that it's 33% larger than the sensor that's in the X5. And the new chip, the new processing chip that is a 4 nanometer triple AI processing chip. That is a mouthful to say. And basically what that means is that this new chip is more efficient, which means it gives it better battery life, and it also cuts down on noise in the image quality. So one place that you will notice that is going to be in the PureVideo mode. That is where I noticed it the most, but we'll talk about all of that here in a second. With all that fancy techie stuff being said, the X6 does deliver 10-bit color depth, whereas the X5 capped out at 8-bit. So that is super nice. It does have much more dynamic range, much more highlights and shadows that you can recover in post. So if you're someone who is just like a video footage nerd and you want like the best video footage possible, you can get that with the X6. So let's go ahead and look over some footage here. I have gone ahead and put a couple of clips together so that you guys can quickly kind of see what I'm talking about with this noise and this detail and all of this stuff. So this first clip I want to show y'all is basically just me riding through a canyon. I've got the X5 on the left, the X6 on the right. And if you really start to look, you will start noticing some differences. One, the color tones are a little bit different. The X6 is picking up much more real life color tones over there on the right. And there's way less noise in the footage. You'll notice it in the tank bag specifically. You'll notice also a lot more detail in my jacket as well as my helmet. Some of those details might not be noticeable to everyone, and if you're someone who watches YouTube or watches these review videos from an iPhone or just something very handheld, you're probably not going to be able to see all of these details. But if you put this up on a TV screen in 4K, you can totally see the difference in the footage. Quick shout out to y'all, by the way, for recommending this carbon fiber stick. If y'all noticed in that comparison footage I just showed y'all, the X6 looked like it was flapping a lot compared to the X5. And that is because I was using the carbon fiber stick for the X5 and I was using a regular stick for the X6. So this one is definitely much sturdier, it's much stronger. So if you do plan to shop with Insta360 to get any accessories or a new camera, I would recommend adding the carbon fiber stick to your cart compared to the regular one. This is definitely an upgrade, it's much sturdier. Great recommendation on y'all's part. But let's go ahead and talk about PureVideo Mode and the updates there. So when PureVideo Mode launched with the X5, it was a cool new feature, but I could definitely tell that it still had plenty of room to be upgraded and improved. And with the X6, with this new sensor as well as this new processing chip, it is able to basically be dramatically improved, in my opinion. From me getting to use this so far, I've actually been quite impressed by the PureVideo Mode, and I actually was pretty stoked to be riding around and shooting some footage at night recently. Now, I will say in this comparison footage, I was also using a new feature that's in the X6 called anti-jitter. I went ahead and turned that on, and it does basically exactly what it says. It helps control the jitters in the footage when the camera is using a lower shutter speed to compensate for how dark it is outside. So if you look at this comparison footage, you will notice a little bit more detail in the footage from the X6. Again, just because it has a better sensor as well as a processing chip, it is able to just capture much more detail in it. But when things start to get a little bit bumpy, you can also see that the X6 just stays much more stable. And I do think that that is because of that anti-jitter setting. I've had a ton of fun playing around with the PureVideo Mode, and if you've never used one of these cameras, one of the commentary things I always get in video clips using PureVideo Mode is that people always say, oh, it's not actually nighttime outside whenever you're filming this stuff. And it is. The PureVideo Mode does a really great job picking up any little bit of light in the sky and making it look brighter than it really is outside. Now, I will try to get a couple clips. I haven't gotten to film them yet. It's been raining every evening here. But I will try and get a couple of clips where I'm riding through some pretty dark landscapes with PureVideo Mode and put those in here for y'all to see. But yeah, overall, I've been super impressed with this feature so far. For those of you who want to get super fancy with your image quality and overall settings, this camera does offer Dolby Vision, which is super, super fancy. I did record some like sunrise stuff in this setting, and I felt like it burned my retinas out when I was previewing it on my laptop. So if you are someone who has a 4K Dolby Vision fancy TV at your house, you will probably really like this setting. And of course, this camera does shoot in iLog, so iLog will capture a ton of extra data, and that will truly be like the top tier shooting mode for those of you who want the absolute best quality out of the X6. I personally don't shoot in iLog. I've never really had a reason to, but it's there if you need it. And of course, good image quality is only achieved through shooting in the right settings and of course exporting in the right settings. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of that right here on the screen for y'all. This is the settings that I used whenever I exported all this footage for this video. And if you want any more tips on how to use your cameras and shoot better motorcycle videos and content, I did make a whole video about that, and I talked about my whole editing process in that video. So I'll link that up here in the cards as well as down in the video description. So another image quality upgrade that the X6 got over the X5 is the new single lens mode. So the X5 capped out at 3K resolution, and the X6 now goes up to 5K resolution. So I did go ahead and shoot a quick clip for you guys to see here. So one of the other things I did want to test out really quick is the new single lens mode on the X6. Because of the new sensor, the quality of the single lens mode on this camera is supposed to be a lot nicer. So in theory, it's a little bit of a better option for an all-in-one camera. So I do have the X6 over here and the X5 over here. Hopefully you guys can see me moving that in the footage. If not, I'll label it. And I have all the settings set up the exact same on these cameras. The way that you choose your lens mode on these two cameras is a bit different though. So on the X6, you change it by like 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2. And on the X5, it's more traditional and it's more, you know, de-warp, action, wide, linear, and stuff like that. So I have the X5 over here on de-warp, and then I have the X6 on 0.8. So try to get them as close as possible in the preview, but you guys can kind of see what this looks like here. Some of those buildings behind me in the footage. Let me walk and see what... Can I hold both of these in one hand? Let's see. walk and see what that main street looks like there. So this is a nice feature. This isn't something I used on the X5 because I didn't think the quality was that great. But with this slight boost in quality on the X6, I could see this being, you know, an in a pinch all-in-one camera if I do need to just record some quick, you know, talking head stuff, and maybe I don't have my phone with me, maybe my X6 is the only camera that I have on my person at that time. I can see where this camera would be great in that scenario. So this is something that I didn't actually plan on talking to y'all about in this video, but I do want to mention it because it's something that I started playing around with on this camera, and I just think that the image quality that comes out of the X6 in photo mode is actually pretty insane. So as y'all know, I'm a photographer and that is a big part of what I do for work. And so surprisingly, I've never really put any of my 360 cameras in photo mode, but I think that might be changing with the X6. I was playing around with some photos. It does shoot 120 megapixel photos in 360-degree mode. It does shoot raw photos, and it does shoot 24 resolution flat photos too. So single lens photos, essentially. But the raw quality that you can get out of this camera is truly incredible. And I'm just going to go ahead and share some photos here on the screen for y'all now from this camera. So normally what I do whenever I want to pull a photo to maybe post on social media or just have for memories is I just take a screen grab from my 8K video footage and then I edit that. But when I started editing some of these 120 megapixel raw photos from this camera, I was truly, truly impressed. Even some of the single lens 24 megapixel photos, especially the raws, so much data, there's just so much information in those pictures that you can work with, and I was truly impressed. I think that if you're someone who likes to tinker around with photo work, definitely grab a set of ND filters for this camera as well and shoot in manual settings, and then you can get some truly cinematic masterpieces out of this thing. So that wraps it all up for image quality, which is probably one of the big reasons that a lot of y'all watch this video. You know, is it a huge upgrade from the X5? The answer is yes. There is a huge upgrade in the image quality, but also it really depends on who is watching and looking at the footage. I think that the average person is not going to notice a difference in the image quality, and or they're going to be plenty satisfied with the image quality that comes out of the X5. But for those that are, you know, pixel peepers and people who are just super into image quality, they are definitely going to notice a definite upgrade with the X6. So that kind of gets into my last feature and thing that I want to talk about in this video is if you're looking to buy a 360 camera, you know, which camera is right for you? Should you still buy an X4? Should you buy an X5? Should you go ahead and get the X6? Personally, I'm not ever going to recommend the X4 or the X3 or any of those to y'all because of the lens situation alone. I kind of said that in my X5 video that at that point I wouldn't recommend the camera anymore because the new replaceable, more durable lenses are worth the extra money for the X5. So now we're here with the X5 and the X6 as options. And you know, if you're someone who's got to have the absolute best camera on the market, the best thing you can get, definitely get the X6. I think you will be super stoked with the camera, especially if you're upgrading from a 3 or a 4. I really don't think you can go wrong with it. But if the X5 is a little bit more in your budget, I still think you're going to have a ton of fun with this camera and you're not going to be disappointed in it. If you've been watching my channel for the last year and a half, you've heard me rave all about this camera, and that wasn't a lie. I'm super, super stoked on the X5, but with that being said, I need to go feed my cat. But hopefully this answered some questions for y'all. If you have any more, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. And if you do decide to make any purchases after watching this video, again, I would appreciate it if you did use those affiliate links that are up here in the cards, as well as down in the video description. I will get a small kickback at no additional cost to you. And Lank says thanks for the fancy feast. But until the next one, I will see y'all on the road. Later, y'all.